Hey friend, I have an opportunity today to relate to you my own personal experience into something of a spiritual topic. This one being a little bit more difficult, like how to deal with very painful or challenging situations in our life in such a way that, really kind of reframes our relationship to it. So, the other night, 4 nights ago, I got hit by a car. Okay, this is like one of the most literal expressions of the tower energy that a person might be able to have, right? And, on first glance, you might think of like when you have an experience that's painful and sudden and destructive like that, it's just all, terrible, negative type of thing. And yes, it was in the moment, and it took even four days for me to get to the point where I'm mobile enough to be able to make this video. But this can be an opportunity to an awakening, right? With this Nine of Swords. In a lot of spiritual cultures, actually, we have this concept of what is called a wounded healer, okay? This is where your own personal pain, your own experience or injury or illness or whatever becomes a catalyst for you to be able to be more effective in helping others, for you being able to heal others, for you being able to do spirit work, so on and so forth, right? So we have this concept in a lot of cultures. Specifically, I'm going to focus on more shamanic cultures, of this idea that when you receive a wound, that this is where power is entering your body, or this could even be where power is exiting if you have some negative influence in your life that you're trying to purge out. Okay, my experience was kind of a combination of energy entering into me, and then also a heightened awareness of my guides, of my protectors, of my angels, specifically allowing things to move in such a way that reduced the harm to me. I didn't break any bones, luckily, but I did get kind of banged up. When we choose to look at this concept of pain as an opportunity, or pain as some sort of experience that we can grow from, we change that mentality, our relationship to that pain improves, right? Like, yes, it still hurts, but you don't get as overwhelmed. Like, I'm not even mad at the person who hit me, even though they ran away, did not get caught, didn't get a good look enough at the vehicle to be able to, tell anybody, hey, this is the car that hit me, the license plate, none of that, right? I'm not even mad about that, because instead of seeing this as like somebody did something else to me, I see it as I had an experience that brings energy into me, and it's a very intense energy. Like, if you get hit by lightning, for example, which is considered as something that can give a person a lot of spiritual epiphanies and awakenings and such, it still hurts. Like, it's still very destructive and painful and, just very powerful type of an experience. If you're of, like, the Abrahamic faiths, you would think of the story of Jacob wrestling with the angel and his hip getting displaced. This is actually a pretty common theme. So, like I said, I'm not mad. I'm seeing this as where energy entered into me. And even if, like, nothing big comes out of it, the opportunity here for me is to talk about this and to kind of really bring up this kind of mind frame of how we think about pain, right? And the thing is, you can come to this Ten of Swords kind of a thing, right? You're all banged up, you're laying in bed, you're really, hurting, but then you have this golden energy, this golden sunlight reflecting off the water here, right? Ten of Swords. If you're all the way at the bottom, you have nowhere to go but up. You have time, and this allows you to really kind of reframe and rethink your experience, right? And there are some who have, mythologically and historically sought out having very powerful experiences like this. Like, if you think about Odin, being the original hanged man, he's not, got his legs wrapped around a branch. Odin was impaled upon a spear. That's physically very, very intense, painful, destructive type of an energy, but it brought him into a state of mind to where he was able to go within, understand the runes, of course, obviously with the one eye missing there, right? That is where a person can come into an embodiment, right? I'm choosing to further embody myself spiritually as a result of this, as a response to this. Whether or not it necessarily added something to me or not isn't really as important, right? There's this saying that, like, even if, not everything that we experience happens to us for a reason, we can give a reason to anything that happens to us. And that reason is me deciding to choose to take this energy and use it as something positive, and use it as a way of conveying that you have the ability consciously to decide your relationship to whatever your difficulties, your relationship to whatever your pains. And that is where we come into the energy of strength, right? The lion is a very powerful, intense type of an energy. But the woman here, she's gentle, she's peaceful, she's really connected in a kind and loving and, type of way. You can choose that, and then you're taming the lion. Yes, whatever your experience is painful, but it doesn't need to be suffering, right? We don't need to add additional pain to it. All right, friend, I hope this is helpful for you. Hopefully you don't need to go through something as very explicitly a tower moment type of an experience as I've just had. However, even if smaller things come up in your life, you might find yourself getting angry about a situation, or you stub your toe or whatever, yes, you can hop around, curse, make some noise, whatever, but then take a moment to look at that and say, is there some way I can reframe this experience I'm having right now to where I get something out of it, or to where something of value comes from this experience? All right, friends, go ahead and leave a like for me. Drop a comment in the comment section. You can leave me a sunflower. That's a spirit guide of mine. That'll let me know that you see me. Also helps the algorithm quite a bit. If you're not subscribed to my channel, head inside. Click on the subscribe button, head inside, find a video that resonates with you, and I'll see you in the next one.